guys, so here's another video about giving you more advice about Epic in Korea. Unfortunately, this video isn't that too happy for certain individuals.
I won't be talking much in this video. She's going to be saying most of it to get it all of her chest.
And be informative because I didn't know when this happened. So basically, back in 2010, Korea changed the law regarding to overseas Koreans or kyopos, Koreans born abroad. In this Nationality Act, it states that if you're born after May 1988 to a Korean father who held Korean citizenship at the time, you cannot get an E2 or F4 visa. This is quite shocking because Epic doesn't really warn you about that, and I was caught in this whole web of trouble. It was just a mess.
We thought you weren't even going to be able to.
Yeah, it came to the point where I thought I would be kicked out of Epic because I couldn't get my E2 visa. The reason you can't get a visa is because Korea now allows dual citizenship, and they automatically put a Korean citizenship on you. So there's where the trouble comes. Okay, so you can get Korean citizenship. How? The Korean government did not state how a person can get Korean citizenship. So in Korea land, if you fall under this law, the rule is they cannot recognize your foreign passport at all. They can only recognize you as a Korean citizen, but you need to apply for this Korean citizenship, but they don't know how you can apply for it. So this is like a warning for people who maybe fall under that category. If you are under this category, there are some few steps you have to take. Also, the bad thing is that the consulate, it depends which consulate you go to, who you go to. Because this law is so vague, it's literally one sentence, people interpret it as many ways as they want. So if you do go to the consulate and you fall under this category of being born after May 1988, try to get the Korean citizenship through the consulate by adding yourself to your parents' hojok. Hojok is your family registry, your family's family registry in Korea, and that will take a few months to process. Once you're under the hojok, you can then apply for Korean passport, and that will take about a few months as well, maybe up to a year, sadly. After that, you have to renounce the Korean citizenship, then you can apply for F4. And renouncing the citizenship will also take a few months as well. So this whole process can take you about a year to 2 years. Again, silence. Once you're done with that, you're seen as a complete foreigner, and then you can apply for your E2 or F4 visa. If you don't fall under the category of being born after May 1988, you can get an F4 visa, E2 visa, any visa. But rule of thumb, please renounce your Korean citizenship. I know it's kind of weird to think how a Korean government can influence your nationality, but it can. If you have the time, go to the consulate and renounce your Korean citizenship. So I'll tell you my story. I was born after May 1988 by a few months. My father was a Korean citizen at the time. He still is. And I went with my NOA to get my E2 visa, and I was rejected by the New York consulate saying, you do not fall under this law. You do not fall under the category of trying to get a visa. And I was like, okay, so I have Korean citizenship, how can I get it? She says I can't because I was too old. I was 24 at the time, and she says that when you are 22, you have to at least claim or renounce your Korean citizenship. So basically, I wasn't allowed to go to Korea at all. So I just drove to another consulate with a city that I knew had the least amount of Koreans, hoping that they wouldn't really know this new law, and it worked. I got my E2 visa.
Yeah.
But then when I flew to Korea,
and was that the first week you started your work as well?
First week I started work at my new school. I went to the immigration office to get your alien registration card. It's like a green card, like in America. It's to recognize that you're allowed to be here working and you're a foreigner. The immigration office rejected my application because they said, because of this new law, you're not supposed to have an E2 visa, and we cannot recognize your American citizenship. You are considered an illegal alien, a vague illegal alien. And this is so weird because you're like, how is this possible? Well, after a week of stressing, thinking I'll be deported from Korea, they called my co-teacher and said, oh, well, we decided to give your ARC, your ARC card, because we called the Ministry of Justice and they were too lazy to trace your Korean citizenship. So now I have my ARC, so I'm here teaching, but everything is just so vague and unfair and messed up. Like, it's a very tricky situation. And it's a bit worrying for me, but because this law still stands and I technically am not supposed to have all these things, they told me that anywhere in immigration I have to deal with, I will always run into trouble. So before you come to Korea, please look into the fact that if you qualify for an E2 visa, EPIC will not help you and EPIC will not warn you about this.
She was very surprised because EPIC didn't really warn her in the interview that she might come across. Like, they said try and get a Korean passport. That's right. They didn't warn you.
Right. They just said, oh, during the interview with EPIC, oh, go to the consulate to see if you can maybe, if you apply for a Korean citizenship or not. They said it like in a way as if that was like another option.
Yeah, but it wasn't like this. You might have this problem.
Right. They didn't warn like, oh, you might be rejected because so and so. They just were very vague and very happy. So it seemed very like I had double options just because.
Like, you need to really consider about. Yeah.
So that's a warning for everybody, and hopefully you can get some help, and hopefully Korea will change this law back to the way it is. Oh, another thing. So after this whole debacle with the ARC card, I meet with another Korean American who was born after May 1988 to a Korean father, and her consulate just gave her a Korean passport with no problems.
Really?
They stuck her under her uncle's family registry and then just gave her a Korean passport and told her, please return in a year because we kind of gave you this passport skipping protocol.
So there's no like set
and there's no set law on how to get your Korean citizenship, what method. They're just being really harsh on the Korean Americans, and is actually blocking the Korean Americans from coming back to the motherland. Which is ironic because this new law was created so that it's easier for Korean Americans or Korean Western foreigner to come back to America, to Korea. So there is my warning to you. Good luck. If you have any questions, please put them in the comment below, and I might. I'll try to address any issue that you may have. I literally feel like I can be an immigration lawyer here for Korean Americans because I've researched so much about this.
Alright, so hopefully that warning got through to some people who might not even know about this whole problem. And so that was Lola's words there. So I hope